John Stott was the great Anglican evangelical statesman of the 20th century. He was born in London in 1921, converted as a schoolboy after hearing Eric Nash preach. He was ordained in the Church of England and spent the core of his ministry at All Souls, Langham Place. Now that sounds tidy, but his influence was not tidy at all. It was huge. Stott was a preacher, writer, organizer, an international evangelical leader whose work stretched far beyond that one London parish. He wrote clearly and he thought carefully, and he had that rare ability to make complex theology feel accessible without making it flimsy. And that is one of the reasons his books travelled so well. He was crucial in Britain because he gave conservative evangelicalism an Anglican home that was intellectually serious, biblically committed, and then publicly articulate. He was revered globally because he helped shape the wider evangelical world, but most of all, he was influential pastorally because he kept insisting that Christian truth should affect the whole person. It should not only be private piety or doctrinal precision, but public discipleship and ethics and mission, evangelism, and also social responsibility. Now, Stott was not simply the moderate one, in contrast to Lloyd Jones. That shorthand is far too easy. He was a convictional evangelical. He believed in biblical authority and defended the gospel robustly. He was not fuzzy, but he also did believe that evangelicals should work faithfully within the Church of England rather than simply walk out because the denomination was so mixed. And that's why the 1966 dispute mattered so much, because Stott represented a different instinct to Lloyd Jones. It was stay, contend, reform, bear witness from within. He also had a distinctive tone. He was far less volcanic than Lloyd Jones, much more measured. He was more architect than insurgent, but he could build and organize and say things in a way that made broad evangelical cooperation possible without pretending that those differences were unreal. And that was a gift. It's also why some thought him far too cautious. But whatever one makes of those debates, Stott's stature is obvious. He became one of the most recognised evangelical Anglicans in the world. He wrote influential books, served as the rector of All Souls, and became a principal drafter of the Lausanne Covenant. So, who is John Stott? He was a churchman, teacher, and strategist of modern evangelicalism. He was a man who believed the Bible could still be trusted and that the gospel still proclaimed and that the mind could still remain engaged and that the Church of England could still be inhabited by serious evangelicals. He gave evangelicalism a voice that was learned without being aloof. It was firm without always being harsh, and it was global without becoming abstract. That is why John Stott still matters, because he made orthodoxy sound intelligent, livable, and missionary, and that is much harder than people think.